If you watched our last video, you'll already know DC is looking to figure Superman out in a future live-action movie. And while we wait for the Man of Steel's next cinematic appearance, it's time to look at the best actors who've helped bring him to life over the years. You might be surprised at some of the names on our list. Although he's not a main character in the Young Justice animated series, Nolan North's version of Superman adds a surprising new depth to the Kryptonian thanks to its heavy use of Connor Kent, aka Superboy. The relationship between the two grows from nervous confusion as Nolan North's Superman kept the young hero at arm's length, mainly because he wasn't sure how to be a father as well as a member of the Justice League. North's performance masterfully develops Clark's humanity thanks to his evolving dynamic with Connor in the third season as they end up seeing each other as siblings. Young Justice showed that it's still easy to give Superman complex arcs that push his character further than just defeating yet another villain. Our favorite standout moment? Superboy asking the Man of Steel to be his best man when he marries McGann.
Would you be my best man? Of course. Wait, what?
Don't sleep on Young Justice. Although fans saw elements from Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns on the big screen in Batman v Superman, the two-part animated movie perfectly translated the darker version of the hero on screen. Whether it's the imagery the animators fed in to show his transformation into a pawn of the government, or his concern for Bruce's health mid-fight, Mark Valley's Superman is a pitch-perfect version of the hero that lives up to the original miniseries. Yes, the explosive fight between the Blue Boy Scout and the Caped Crusader is gripping from start to finish, but it's an excellent depiction of Clark Kent. The Dark Knight Returns shows that he'll sacrifice anything he can to still help those in need, even if that means becoming the president's attack dog. Also, let's not forget, he saved the world from nuclear war too, which in itself is no small feat. Although it took a little time for the Kryptonian to show up on Supergirl, Tyler Hoechlin manages to perfectly portray both Superman's courageousness and his lovable alter ego. The CW Superman proved that the Man of Steel doesn't just have to be kept on the big screen. His adventures in the Arrowverse have developed his relationship with Lois Lane in an interesting way among a host of other DC characters. The duo's appearances in the Elseworlds crossover and Crisis on Infinite Earths were a joy to watch thanks to the pitch-perfect chemistry between Tyler Hoechlin and Betsy Tulloch. Luckily, we'll get to see more of them when they debut in their own series from the CW titled Superman and Lois. It'll see the couple balance life in Metropolis and superheroics with becoming parents to twins. So far, Tyler Hoechlin's proved that Superman can thrive on TV, so we're excited to see what he could do with his own solo series. Where do we even begin with George Newbern? If you grew up watching Justice League and Justice League Unlimited, there's a strong chance the actor's voice is the one you hear whenever you read Action Comics. The actor brought the hero to life and explored how Superman adapts to being a team player among the League. Most recently, Newbern reprised the role in Justice League vs. the Fatal Five, which saw Superman briefly deal with the fact that he wasn't invulnerable to the attacks of the futuristic villains. How does the Man of Steel cope with new villains that he can't beat so easily? He's not afraid to lean on his Justice League teammates for support, working with Jessica Cruz's Green Lantern and Starboy to defeat the Fatal Five. Newbern even got the chance to push Superman over the edge in the Injustice series of games, which sees the hero take over the planet after the Joker makes him kill Lois Lane. It's fascinating to see how Clark rationalizes his actions and justify the way he's supposedly saving the world. One of the longest-running actors to bring Superman to life is obviously Tom Welling with Smallville. The groundbreaking show proved how to build an interconnected universe of characters while constantly pushing them to change and develop as new threats were thrown against them. Tom Welling's Clark grew from an occasionally arrogant teenager to a heartfelt superhero who would throw himself in front of danger to save others in an instant. Clark's dynamic with Chloe Sullivan, Oliver Queen, and the Justice League made for brilliant week-by-week heroics, but it was the chemistry Welling had with Erica Durance's Lois Lane that was the heart of the show by the time the intrepid reporter made her debut. Although we never got to see Welling in the full costume, that brief tease on the rooftop at the end was still incredibly satisfying. Although Jason Isaacs might be famous for his role as Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter series, the star actually voiced a different version of the iconic hero in the animated adaptation of Superman Red Son. The story sees how different the world would be if Kal-El landed in Soviet Russia instead of Kansas. Isaac's take on the hero offers a Superman like no other, with a ruthlessly efficient streak. Although he claims to have the people's best interest at heart, he rules with an iron fist. When that anger is unleashed every so often, it's great to see Jason Isaacs push Superman even further. In fact, the Kryptonian is depicted more like a villain, and because we're used to seeing him up in the sky as our hero, Jason Isaacs' performance helps challenge those expectations. Although the film doesn't adapt the iconic Mark Millar story perfectly, it's still fascinating to see a politically charged alternate version of the Big Blue Boy Scout. Since there's been so many actors that have brought Clark Kent to life over the years, there's a few honorable mentions that we just couldn't leave out. First up is Dean Cain, who starred in Lewis and Clark: The New Adventures of Superman. With a heavy focus on developing the picture-perfect connection between Clark and Lois, the series made Superman the alter ego rather than using Clark as a disguise. Then, there's the inimitable Tim Daly, who provided the hero's voice in Superman, the animated series, as well as a number of animated features like the Batman-Superman movie and Justice League Doom. Meanwhile, DARREN CRISS will be the next actor to voice the Kryptonian in Superman, Man of Tomorrow, which will also feature Zachary Quinto's Lex Luthor, the alien bounty hunter Lobo, and even Martian Manhunter. Alexandra Daddario also joined the cast to voice Lois Lane, as the film sees a younger Clark Kent move to Metropolis and manages life at the Daily Planet, as well as the usual superheroics. Although Superman Returns might not have been the success Warner Bros. Had hoped for, Brandon Routh delivered us a criminally underrated version of the hero. He embodied everything the hero stood for while feeling like a worthy successor to Christopher Reeve's mantle. Thankfully, the star got the chance to reprise the role during the Arrowverse crossover Crisis on Infinite Earths. This time, he donned the stunning Kingdom Come costume as an older, world-weary Clark Kent. It only teased the story from the Kingdom Come storyline, but this version of the hero has suffered the death of Lois Lane after the Joker attacked the Daily Planet. Seeing the spark of hope reignite in Ralph's performance after meeting the other heroes was nothing short of inspiring, and it's a shame the crossover didn't utilize him more than it did. The final shot of him in a refreshed version of the suit was undeniably stunning. There's an often underlooked actor who's done excellent work in showing how far Superman can go: Jerry O'Connell. The star has voiced the hero in the DC animated universe, which takes its cues from the New 52 following an adaptation of Flashpoint. As his relationship with Wonder Woman taught him how to blend in with the rest of the world, it's not till he unsurprisingly falls in love with Lois that he comes into his own. O'Connell's work in The Death of Superman and Reign of the Supermen in particular showed how the Kryptonian deals with his own morality and his willingness to sacrifice himself. Most recently, he appeared in Justice League Dark Apocalypse War, and his role explored Superman's resilience in the face of losing everything to Darkseid. Give the DCAU a chance; it features some brilliant storylines. Now that DC are seemingly bringing back their focus on Superman in live action, it's time to recognize Henry Cavill's genuinely brilliant work in bringing audiences a modern take on the hero, who's definitely a product of his surroundings. While he started out as a brooding hero with a chip on his shoulder, thanks to his confusion about his origins, Cavill's Superman slowly evolved into truly representing the symbol of hope that he bears so proudly on his chest. Every character deserves room to grow as a person, even someone with all the powers of a god, like Superman. Sure, Justice League is divisive, but once he's revived, Clark's newfound positive outlook on life and willingness to work with the team shows how much he's grown since his Man of Steel days. We truly hope that Cavill gets to reprise the role sooner than later. He deserves a chance to explore Superman even further. Obviously, there's only one clear winner here. Christopher Reeve's humbling performance as Clark Kent in Richard Donner's Superman set the bar for what a live-action superhero should look like. He mastered the subtle differences between the two personalities, walking around with a hunch as Clark and a constantly flustered manner of speaking to keep Lois Lane completely unaware about his true self. It's clear that he even enjoys being able to fool everyone, but it just adds to the charm of Reeve's role. Even just his simple "excuse me" when bystanders see him emerge in the full costume is surprisingly heartwarming. Even in the later movies, Reeve's performance never diminished. He was a constant beacon of hope, aside from Superman 3 obviously. Other actors might have added their own flair or explored new dimensions to the hero in different stories, but make no mistake, Christopher Reeve flawlessly translates Superman from page to screen in an eternally entertaining way. Make sure to keep an eye on Heroic Hollywood for all the latest entertainment news. Be sure to subscribe to the channel and check out our other videos. Let us know in the comments if you want to see Henry Cavill come back for Superman, or if you'd like to see someone else become the Man of Steel. Thank you for watching this video.